Good afternoon to you all out there. How is today progressing? Today is indeed the last day of March 2019, being the 31st day, Sunday to be precise. How is it going? I believe everything is moving on fine. And in this community, we are not relenting in doing what we've been doing for all time, even for a long time from now. So once again, welcome to this broadcasting of mine this afternoon. My name still remains Amechi Eke, one of the many voices out there talking about the billion coin community. And what are we talking about today? Briefly, I'll have to say this. TBC admin is said to be wicked, unfeeling, with all sort of rubbish, all sort of everything you can think of him being said and heaped upon him, because TBC admin is bent on building something that will outlive him, something that has strong value, something that is not in any way going to go out anytime for any moment from now. TBC admin is said to build sustainable something that will really help mankind to live healthily and really get themselves up and doing anything that they're doing that has to do with financial aspects, or generally talking about how things is going to be happening in TBC community is indeed so big. But what we see today, people are busy, some ingrates are busy calling him all sorts of names. Why is that the case? Because they are wondering, so how can you come up with something as great as this? You have formulated the whole idea and you are not allowing us to use it to scam people. You are not allowing us to use it to scam the unwaries and collect money from them, all in the name of exchanges and things like that. No, the admin is not doing that. The admin has this very vision, and admin has been doing everything needed, everything necessary to have it projected and help people to really emancipate themselves from poverty. So when you see what admin is doing, anybody who has mind for something good, who is free, who is kind, will always want to go admin's way. Why? Because admin is not greedy, but he's being termed greedy, the most greed of all people, because admin says he's not ready to give in to the urge of those who are being driven by quick mentality syndrome. What do we see all around today? We see different schemes coming up all in the name of TBC, trying to scam people. But I wonder, these people who are busy writing all sorts of good articles, saying all sorts of things in order to just woo people into TBC to scam them, all in the name of exchange. I even came across one the other day, or recently, yes, that since TBC is not ready to take them to the bank, they have been able to, they've succeeded in getting small bank. But instead of small bank, big banks saw them and jumped in. So people, regroup yourself and let us pull and have TBC done rightly. That is away from the creator of TBC, away from TBC admin, away from those who have really worked to make this thing stand out. Are we really getting the sense of how everything is going? These people, they know it more than the admin, so to say. But what stopped them from going ahead to create their own coin? It's been discovered that most of all these things that you have out there are just there to scam people. But when they see that, no, this is where the majority of people is facing, that TBC is making sense to many people today. And in order to capture them, we want to lure them using one strategy or the other, just to lure them into TBC and telling them stories of how they are going to believe that you are going to exchange their TBC, do this, do that. It's funny. The recent one now is even. We are running 50-50% in TBC, and when you come, you can even exchange your money. You can even do all these things. All these things are not what the admin is asking us to do. Admin is bent on helping people to really appreciate what is on ground, thereby helping people to come into TBC to build the community. But people are not seeing it that way. They are not just looking at it that way. They just want to that which they can quickly grab and up they go. But The way it is, we have seen it now. They are the one going. In fact, they are grabbing whatever they can grab from those who don't want to hear, from those who are just like them, from those who have greedy, who are greed. The greedy ones are always falling prey to all these scams. They wonder if the admin of TBC can actually come up with something of this nature. Why can't they use it to go and steal money from people and continue living their life that way? But friends, this is not what TBC is all about. TBC is not even all just about money. When you understand TBC, you'll appreciate what TBC admin is doing for us. And whenever anybody comes to you telling you stories through whatever means, you just laugh at the person and say that, look at what this one is saying. The fundamentals of TBC have been projected to us before us, and we are seeing it. So, are we not living even before TBC came on board? Okay, if we are not even ready to do TBC full time, why can't you partly, and do your business while you remain in good time with TBC by doing what is needful? Talk to people about TBC. If you don't see yourself talking to them, just leave it that way. Okay? Because people are busy building the community. And Bederick is restlessly working almost night and day for the sake of having TBC projected before even big companies. Yeah? Pritam Kumar in India, he is not looking at anybody's face. He is so bold, helping people to really understand the fundamentals of TBC. But what are we doing? Many people are just looking for how they can quickly steal other people's money using various means, dubious method, just to grab their money and up they go. But it's not working for them, because the sincere, the loyal TBC members, they know what they're doing. You can't get them. You just end up frustrating yourself, showing yourself as a scammer. Yeah. Many people are crying woes here in Nigeria today because they've been scammed because of TBC. But in fact, I don't even pity them. I told a friend some times ago, yeah, that was around 2017, about what TBC is. Okay? Okay, if I invest now, when am I going to get my money back? I said, look, I am coming to help you understand how this thing works. Okay? I actually tried to meet up, book an appointment with him, not knowing that someone else had told him about TBC. But comparing the way I told him and the way the next person sounded, he saw it that I don't even know, I'm not a sharp guy. That you can, okay, you see where you can invest some money, and within the next month or so, the money is something else. Eventually, he fell into a scam. Yes, he was ripped off of 600,000 naira in Nigeria. You will know what that one is in the dollar. So, people who are greedy, they are always falling victim to all these sort of scams here and there. How many of us here can boast of paying attention to what full-timers, good broadcasters in TBC have been saying? Listening to Stephen Coffey, see him analyze everything, how TBC works. See him even invite other ones into his broadcasting, where they analyze, is he a beggar? Or you want to tell me that he doesn't know what he's talking about? That's a question. Then what about another guru in the person of Randy Wilson? That one is something else when it comes to the reality that people are facing and they should give attention to, but they are not doing that. But when we see people like Randy Wilson talking about TBC, helping people to appreciate what the admin has actually done for us, those who are just hungry, we want it now or never. We want it now, tomorrow they are going to die. What are you doing? What are you doing? So, we don't have to start behaving as if we are babies in TBC community. Okay? People have been crying for money. But look at something that the admin has established for us, and just all that admin is asking us to do is help people to understand this. Not even to just show people and leave the explanation Because even Embederi today, get people, and if you can't talk to them, he can help you do that. If you understand TBC, you'll not be afraid of meeting anybody. If you really know what TBC is all about, you will have that confidence. You will have that boldness to talk about it without any fear of anything. So, what are we trying to say? We are not trying to fool people because we are not scammers. Anybody you see talking to you about TBC, that person knows what he's talking about, except if the person is directing you wrongly, except the person is telling you something of different nature, like those asking you to, you come into TBC, you exchange your money, you go to bank, you do this. TBC doesn't need any exchange, for goodness sake, for crying out loud. We don't need any exchange. We are banks, yes, so to say, because blockchain, you don't need any bank. Can you tell me that you print or you compose your letter in your email and then take it to post office, that you want to post it there? Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense. So let's see those who are telling us to bring our TBC or to pay them money, and they are going to exchange our TBC to cars and fiat and things. They are all scammers, my friend. They are all thieves and rogues. Stop listening to them. Okay? You have come into TBC, and why are you still going back? Listening to those who you know are mere rogues, who you know are mere robbers. Have you been they can use all those time that they used to write and program different things just for the sake of scamming people? If they could have been able to divide it rightly by using that one to invite people in TBC, I believe they may have been making even the cash, so to say, they've been making a lot of cash. Because when you tell people the right thing and you help them to appreciate it, instead of lying it's always short-lived. Though the truth may be slow, but lying goes faster, but it's always short-lived. But truth, no matter how slow it may be, you stand to know that you did the right thing. So friends, it is not as if any other thing is happening, but when you know something inside out and you understand the very best way to go about it, and then see people who are deliberately doing the wrong thing about it, it doesn't make me happy. Okay? It doesn't make me happy, because look at the articles that admin have been shifting. Go to the blog and see everything you need to know. But people don't want to do that. They just want to listen to that person who can quickly tell them stories and scam them. After they will be saying TBC is a scam. TBC is not scam. You are the one that listened to scammers and got scammed of your money, and then you end up pushing it back on TBC because you cannot lay hold on that person who scammed you. Stop those things, my friend. Let's get straight to the point and know how to do what you are doing. Be bold, and if you don't know, ask questions. Many answers are there if you really want to get the answers. Stop listening to those who are just here to rip you off of your hard-earned money. Friends, sometimes we need to act crazily. Sometimes we need to speak up. Sometimes we need to be bold, because the rates with which thieves are coming into TBC today, giving us bad name, we should not keep quiet. Let's stand up and tell them to their very face that they should stop doing this rubbish. Help people to know the right thing to do in TBC community. Help people, show them how they can cash flow. Show them how they can do 50-50. Show them how they can even be top recruiter either weekly or monthly. Show them how they can even make money by the wayside, all in TBC. Because among all opportunities being projected around the world today, no one can come close to TBC. But people are just being lazy. Sorry to say that. Some people know what it, but they're just being really lazy. Others are just, they prefer to do something wicked, but it's not going to work for them. So friends, let's do the right thing in TBC community. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I remain my humble self, Amechi. See you next time.